What is up, everybody? Rye here, and welcome to Game Dev Tycoon. I was totally inspired by GamerBomb when he did his first video of this, and I actually purchased the game on the same day I watched the video, so thank you, GamerBomb, first off, for introducing me to this great game so I can support the company and everything. This is actually, I played a couple of hours into this, and totally worth every single penny that I put into this, so let's jump right in here. We will go through the tutorials because I don't see why not, honestly. Welcome to Game Dev Tycoon. In this business simulation, you have been transported back in time to start your very own game development company, right back at the beginning of the PC revolution. In the next 30 years, you can build your dream company, create best-selling games, gain fans, and become the leader of the market. Before you can start your adventure, you have to give your upcoming company a name. I actually put a lot of thought into this, and I am going to name it the Muffin Legion. And quite honestly, I'm kind of tempted to call you guys, my fan base, that the Muffin Legion. Tell me what you think of that, because I think it kind of fits. Plus, you know, I don't want to copy like GamerBomb or anything, be like, he has the bomb army. I don't want to be like the Muffin army. I wanted to use a different word to represent our group. From the back of, looking at him from the back of his head, that kind of looks like an Asian version of me. I don't know why, it just made me think, huh. I guess that's what I would look like in like 10, 15 years, and also if I was Asian. Alrighty, so, what's this? Game length, 30 years recommended, we'll stick with that. Because God forbid, we might not even make it to 30 years. Oh. The game is paused. Alright, so we gotta develop a new game here. Before development can begin, you have to decide what kind of game you want to create and give your game a name. You can also select which graphic technology your game should use. Your options are initially limited, but once you have a bit of experience, you will be able to unlock new options. That's actually very true. From what I've played of the game so far, there are a ton of possibilities. So this is pretty exciting. Alright, first off, let's look at the platforms here. About a 60-40 share, 60-40 split in terms of market share, but this costs less, 15k less to be precise. So we'll go with the PC. Not that many games to pick from. I guess we'll go with a sports simulation. That makes the most sense, right? We'll call it FIFA. Yeah, kind of like FIFA, except with an A. Text-based or 2D graphics. I could see it as kind of like one of those simulator games, like way back in the day where you would input text commands, and depending on what command you put in, it does something different. It's kind of like those text-based RPGs. I guess we can go with that. It also costs less. And we can't really do anything yet either. Game development runs through 3 stages. At the beginning of each stage, you can decide what areas of the game you want to focus on. Picking the right focus for your game greatly increases the points you generate. Think about what areas are important for your game and decrease the focus on areas you think are less important. If you want to read a brief description of the different areas, please refer to the help menu. Alright, so we have the engine, the gameplay, and the story quests. So going to the help menu, unless it wants to delay itself, there we go. Alright, so the game engine provides the basic building block, the underlying technology, enables things like multiplayer, video playback, and realistic physics. Gameplay is just that, gameplay, how the game ticks and talks. Story and quests, storytelling, giving players goals to complete. Given the fact that it's a sports simulator, this is like null and void. We don't really need that. We'll have it like all the way down here. We want to focus on the gameplay. I mean, this isn't advanced stuff. This is all the way back then on the PC where you input the text to do something. You don't just click a button and it does it. So we're going to focus on the gameplay. Relative amount of focus on the engine. And this is just like, this is minuscule at best. I think that's appropriate. So your options are very limited at the beginning. Like, there are so many things that are unlocked as you go through this game. But it's literally working from the ground up. It's literally like, this is the best example once the screen goes out of the way. You're in your basement. You're not going to have all the fancy stuff that all these these big gaming corporations do, you know? While developing your game, you will generate game points, which you can see bubbling up. Game points are divided into design and technology points. The more points you generate, the better the game will be. From time to time, there will also be bug points generated. These points become less likely once you gain experience. Bugs need to be fixed before the game can be released and increase development time and costs. Right. Well, so far we haven't gotten any bugs, which is good. It's either this game is stupidly simplistic or I'm just a genius. Alright, so let's go to the help menu here. Close. Dialogue's part of storytelling, interaction between NPCs. That is like not important in a sports simulator. Level design defines the structure a player takes through a game, includes simple things like where objects are located, but also the story arcs. AI, how computer-controlled entities react to the player. Well, that's simple. We want to focus on artificial intelligence. Well, actually, I'd say a proper balance between level design and artificial intelligence would be the key. We want good AI, but we also want the design of the stages or whatever to be pretty good. Actually, if it's a text-based game, this isn't really that important, is it? Alright, let's focus a bit more on AI intelligence. We'll go about here. Dialogue's like null and void. We'll go about that. And we're getting a lot of research points too. And this is the most annoying gesture in the world. That kills so much time, him just scratching the back of his head like, oh, what do I do? What do I do? During development, you can also select additional basic features for your game. Right now you can only pick basic sounds, but your options will increase quickly, that is true. Selecting additional features make the game generally better, but also increases costs. You'll also see the graphic type you selected when you define the choice. This is just to remind you of your choice. You cannot change the type of graphics mid-game. So we're doing a text-based game. Basic sounds, might as well include those. Like, it's like the very basis, the very basic stuff. Go to the help menu here. Invent an entire virtual world. World design delivers a backstory to a game, makes the game more sophisticated and believable. That's not very important in FAFA. Graphics, also not very important. Well, it's going to be more important to bigger games, but I don't think for a sports simulator that's text-based it's that important. Sound design plays a vital part. Of these things, I would say sound is probably the most important, followed by graphics will be here, world design will be somewhere in between. That seems right. Alright, let's do this. I do have to say though, I definitely insist, if you're a fan of Tycoon games, like I used to play like Roller Coaster Tycoon, Zoo Tycoon, I played a lot of other type of simulation games like SimCity and all that, although that's kind of deviating from the Tycoon topic. I definitely suggest getting this game. It's super cheap, $7.99, and from what I've played, is very worthwhile. It's very interesting, especially if you're into this sort of... if you're into the game development sort of thing. Like, I've never seen a game development tycoon before. So this is very interesting to me. Okay, so it's basically saying I can finish the project, but I should wait until all the bugs are gone. So we're going to do that. Yeah, the only reason you would want to bring out a game when it has bugs... like, if you to release a game when it has bugs, the only reason to do that is if you're low on cash. Otherwise, you should just take the monthly costs as they go and just wait until you have a perfect product. Alright, development of your game is now finished. While developing games, you gain experience and improve your skills. When development is completed, you will be presented with a summary of the experience gained. Nice. Got some bonuses here. Ah, great combo, see? Sports simulators are very realistic. So, I guess the bonuses make sense because, like, if I do another sports game, I'm not going to get the new topic. I'll get the new combo thing if I do it like a sports RPG or a sports adventure, but I doubt I would get a great combo then. I guess you kind of have to be realistic when you make your games, because some combinations just aren't gonna fly, I'm sure. Alright, handed off to publishing. We'll see reviews and sales coming in for the game soon. You finished your first game. While you develop the game, you also gain research points. You can use these points to unlock new options. Okay, you can click anywhere on the screen and it'll bring up a little thing here to show all your options, and it also pauses the time, so that's a good way just in case you don't want to accelerate the process, because the game is kind of like in real time and you don't want to just like have it on standby and let your monthly costs eat you into the ground, you know? Alright, so research. Unlock new options and make better games. You should try to save enough research points so you can create your own game engine. Try to develop games with a different topic and genre combinations for a slight research boost. Alright, so we can't afford this yet. We can't afford a new topic. Question is, do we want to? I think I'll save up. We have 3 other topics. We can milk this. Now just a bit of waiting time. And the first game reviews for Fafa has come in. Let's see if I sucked or if I came up with something golden. Alright, 5 out of 10. Not bad for my first game. Could have been more. Have seen better. Ooh, a 7. I'm kind of surprised the 7 snuck in there. Is this supposed to be a riff on Game Informer? I just realized that. Informed Gamer, Game Informer. I'm actually subscribed to Game Informer too. So taking a quick look here, our average is a 5.75. Not good, but certainly not bad for our first game. So, Muffin Legion, a newcomer in the game industry, has just released their first game, Fafa. The game received favorable reviews. With such a good start, Muffin Legion are sure to gain fans quickly. Well, damn right. And now we get to see how many units we sell. Ooh. We sold over 3,500 units on the first week, so we're ranked 43. That means we were a huge hit. Considering we're working out of our mother's basement, that's actually really good. Now that your game is on sale, you'll receive the income from the game every week. You can see how well your game is doing by looking at the sales graph at the top right. Fafa was so successful that we now have 28 fans. I'm not sure how the fan mechanic works. I guess, like, those are the kind of people who's always going to buy your games, so I guess that increases the likelihood of your future games selling more. That's my assumption. Feel free to correct me if I'm wrong. Not very good there. We got 11.1k. I'm just kind of watching the figures go up. We started this with 70k, right? So we're making a profit. Ooh, almost to 10k. Are we going to make it? Oh! Just barely made it. Alright, sold over 10,000 units and generated $70,000 in sales. So we made a profit of $36,000. That is really, really good. Alright, so we're going to want to develop another game because we don't have enough research points for our own game engine yet. I'd say we continue doing PC games. I don't want to chip out 20k just yet. Alright, so let's go with space this time. We'll go with a space action game. We'll make a game kind of like where we're on the moon or Mars or something, and we have to hold out against all these different alien creatures that look very bad in the low-res textures. Just like some sort of like alien survival game, so... we'll call it Destroy Those Aliens! Ah, come on. My keyboard is messing up. Alright, so Space Action PC. We'll go with 2D graphics this time. I think we can... we have some profits we can take advantage of. And immediately we get a bug. Recent market studies suggest that the Govador's G64 steadily outselling competitors in the PC sector. Consumers prefer the lower price, greater availability, and flexible hardware configuration. Experts say that this may spell the end of competing hardware manufacturers, so I guess there's a hinting that I should be making games for the G64, but we'll cross that path when the time comes. Alright, I think story quests should have a bit more of a increase in attention, but we won't give it too much because it's still kind of like just a blow 'em up sort of game. Nothing really. It's a lot of senseless action. Again, we're gonna lower this a bit, and we're going to increase the engine power because it's going to require a lot more attention to the physics and that sort of stuff. I guess we'll go with that. Seems pretty good, right? God damn, we're finding a lot of bugs already. That's not good. Alright, we'll increase dialogue a bit. Artificial intelligence, I think, is even more important than before. And level design is a lot more important than before. So we'll give both of them equal attention and let the dialogue suffer a little bit. Destroy them aliens! Destroy them alien scum! We're almost at 50. We'll go with basic sounds again. Graphics are definitely more important. I think sound can take a plunge. World design still isn't that important to me. We'll increase the quality of the graphics a bit. We'll go with something like that. It's a bit balanced, but preference towards graphics. Make it look nice and pretty when you blow their heads off. I'm thinking very cerebral when it comes to making these games. I don't know if that's a hindrance or a benefit. Probably a hindrance. Alright, even better. You can also left click on the screen to make it go faster. We're almost at level 2 for a lot of our stuff. We're not doing a lot of games that involve story and dialogue. Surprise, given me. 5 away. Alright, let's see how Destroy Them Aliens came through for us. Alright. Oh yeah, let's just click. Focus on level design served the game well. Space and action is a great combination. Alright, overall a 6. I think that was an improvement from the last game, right? Just a quarter of a point, but that's still good, right? We might profit a bit more on this. Let's actually research. I think one more game and we'll get at least 15 points. We got about 20 from that, so